KC Fowler, one half of the Fowlers podcast, host of the Melanin Warriors podcast, bringing you part 2 of the Melanin Warrior, the infamous Melanin Warrior, Shaka Zulu. So let's go ahead and jump into this. So before we begin, as y'all can see, my background is a little different. We had to do a little change of scenery, but anyway, let's go ahead and jump back into Shaka Zulu. So in 1824, the Europeans came to Port Natal, which is present-day Durban. Around 12 settlers of the Farewell Trading Company established a post on the bay and soon contacted Shaka. He was so fascinated by their customs and artifacts. However, he still believed that his civilization was still superior, so he let them stay. He felt like there wasn't a threat or anything like that because he felt like his army, his culture, his everything was superior to these Europeans. So in 1825, a Lieutenant James King came to visit, and Shaka sent a delegation of goodwill back with him to Major Colette, the representative of the government in Cape. In 1826, Shaka Zulu constructed a barracks about 50 miles south of his royal capital because he was so infatuated with this European culture. He wanted to be closer to, A, keep an eye on them, and B, just to, bask in their how they do things. So Shaka Zulu maintained good relations with his white counterparts. He soon came to realize he was outmatched by their military and the government of Cape. So he decided, to keep things peaceful with them because he realized that as far as their armament and everything like that, he was pretty much outmatched. So in 1827, Nandi, Shaka Zulu's mother, died. Clouded by his grief, Shaka killed around 7,000 of his people, and for a whole year, crops weren't planted and there was no milk, which was the basic diet of the Zulu people. Women that were found pregnant were slain with their husbands, along with thousands of milch cows. He did this to make even the animals understand what it was like to lose his mother. So he was going through some major grief. And some say he just, he had pretty much a mental breakdown. In the early months of 1828, Shaka sent his warriors to the south to raid the borders of the Cape Colony. As soon as they returned, they were expected to, rest and recover, which was typical for how they did things. They would raid here, come back, have their little R&R or whatnot, and then, go back out there. But they were sent right back out to raid the north. Eventually, with all of the genocide and just the poor leadership, the people had enough of Shaka Zulu's grief-stricken madness. So Shaka Zulu's half-brothers and one of his warriors actually murdered Shaka Zulu in September of the same year, which led to one of his brothers taking over the Zulu chiefdom. And so in a fit of rage, Shaka Zulu, one of the greatest warriors in Africa, was crushed by his own grief and made decisions that led to his unfortunate end. His supporters are also great Melanin warriors because they chose to take the risk to end the injustice being performed by one of their own. And stay tuned because we do have another Melanin warrior episode where we go into Shaka Zulu's brother and the fight between the Zulu and the Anglo. So y'all just stay tuned for that one. And always remember, if you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything. It's your boy.